this is where we grew up. Before we lived in buildings we designed, this was our home. We were one of the creatures of the forest. We drank from the river. We hid in the bushes, waiting for dinner to wander by. We were chased by predators, running through the wilderness, dreaming of the day we could conquer it. And we have. The natural world still has its place in our society, but now it's here on our terms. We take what we loved about our home, carve it out, and put it on display to remember a time before our mastery of the natural world. We've grown past being at nature's mercy and built a world where everything is here by our design, except for a few lingering reminders of our upbringing. Of all the flower species in the world, which one do you hate the most? Most flowers have a positive reputation, but then most flowers are planted intentionally. It has all the characteristics we love, but around the world, no flower inspires more passionate hatred than the dandelion. Dandelion discourse has dragged on for centuries. Some see the splash of color as a welcome change after the winter months, but for others, especially those who want a bright green lawn to accompany their white picket fence and 2.5 children, the dandelion inspires the urge to kill! D is for death to dandelions, a sentiment shared by gardeners around the world who see this little yellow flower as nothing more than a weed. But what do you really know about the dandelion? How do they work? What do they taste like? What are their intentions? The dandelion first evolved in Eurasia around 30 million years ago, but quickly made its way around the world. The first written records of dandelions were from Indian scholars in the 10th century. Historians think the Romans, the Greeks, and even the Egyptians were getting use out of the dandelion. Historians also think that the dandelion found its way here on the Mayflower, brought by English settlers. But the dandelion didn't make it to North America as a seed swept below deck by accident. The English brought it here on purpose, to grow and harvest for its many culinary uses. There are many ways to have your dandelion. Every part of the plant is edible. The roots can be dried, roasted, and brewed into delicious dandelion coffee. Really, it's an herbal tea, but it looks and tastes just like coffee. You can use the leaves and stems in a salad, and the flower you can put in all kinds of different recipes. Soups, salads, jams, and jellies, dandelion pesto, dandelion vinegar, dandelion fritters, and whatever other recipe you think could use a hint of dandelion. And after a hard day of dandelion work, you can unwind with a few bottles of dandelion wine, a recipe popular since the medieval ages. But its culinary use wasn't the only reason the dandelion was so popular. For even longer than its culinary use, the dandelion has been cultivated for its medical benefits. Ancient Chinese and Indian cultures harvested the dandelion, believing that it helped with digestive and liver issues. Many different cultures believed that the dandelion could heal many different types of issues, but modern science has yet to find any evidence for anything other than its treatment of certain liver issues and its use as a diuretic and laxative. The plant's health benefits can be attributed to its structure. The plant is made of two distinct sections, yellow and green. Modern science believes some combination of these factors to be responsible for the dandelion's healing properties. Like a good houseguest, the dandelion takes special care not to overstay its welcome. After around 10 to 15 days, it closes up to pack its things and leave. When it emerges again, its seeds, each attached to a feathery pappus, are ready to catch the wind and begin to repopulate. When only a small variety of plants are able to be grown easily indoors, it leaves one to wonder how so many species of plants can survive in the harsh conditions of nature. It seems almost impossible. And yet the dandelion continues to survive year after year. The dandelion thrives in spite of the terrors of the natural world. Even though the odds aren't in its favor, the dandelion will see an empty field and dream of the day it will conquer it. And it does. The dandelions' persistence is something to be admired, but their persistence is the reason why they're hated so much. It reminds us of an existential reality. The dandelion reminds us of chaos. We like to know what's really going on. That's why we've invented tools to measure, to make sense of, to quantify the world. We make plans because we don't want to worry about what might happen next. We want to know that everything is under control. But what happens when unknown factors influence your plans? You might think you know exactly how things will go, but to predict the future, you must know all of the factors involved. And there are more factors beyond your control than you could possibly know. Your life will be influenced by factors beyond your control. What do you want to be when you grow up? You might remember a time when you knew exactly what you were going to do, but you couldn't know the future. The only thing you can know for sure about the future is that there will be many unexpected surprises. To live a life where everything is under control is impossible. Something always comes up. It's just the natural way. As human beings, we like to have everything under control. Together, we came out of the forest and worked to create a world where everyone could thrive. We found a way to make sense out of a world made of chaos, a quantified world with rules and standards and clean right angles. But when something arrives on its own accord, by its own schedule, with garish colors and unknown intentions, it shows us that our stable, comfortable world where everything makes sense is fragile. We cannot create a controlled world separate from nature. Our systems are not divine. We are made of nature. And even though we try to live apart, we will always be together. When dandelions grow in your area, remember how far we both have come. In a world with so much beyond our control, the most valuable skill is the ability to persist. No matter what happens, no matter what comes to change your path, you can only keep moving forward.
You know, Mr. Dandelion, we're very similar, you and I. We both know what we want, and we won't stop until we get it. We're both misunderstood. We're both rich in vitamins and minerals. We're both just trying to survive this crazy world. I know we've had our differences, but I think if we gave it a shot, we could get along just fine.